This is Mr. Evilcheese, and that's Zombie Cat behind the camera there.
Hi.
And this is my video, well, our video, about figures they need to make for Mad Max 2 or Road Warrior, as it's known in the US. There's a ton of characters for that movie that I think they should make, and it's one of my favorite movies ever. I love that movie. At least in my top 10, but probably in my top 5 favorite movies ever. I just love that freaking movie. There's so many cool characters. Mel Gibson's Mad Max character is freaking awesome. What I'm dressed up as is one of the characters from that movie. That would be Wes. And he's not a zombie in the movie. I made the zombie Wes for Zombie Fest. And they did make some Road Warrior figures before, but they sucked. And I have one of them. And that would be of Wes. And it's like cartoonish, like Zombie Cat said. And it's like stylized. I don't want that. I want like a more realistic, cool version of these. Not this stylized crap. There's a lot of really cool characters they could make. Obviously Mad Max character would be the #1, but then there's like Wes. I would love to have a better Wes, and then Lord Humongous. I mean, we'll go through all the people in the video. I just really love that movie. It's one of those movies where there's not a whole lot of dialogue. The story's real simple, but it's still really awesome, and I think it's really well thought out movie, even though there's not that much to the plot. Like I've said before, that I think that every scene is like sort of artistic in a way, and I think the movie's a freaking masterpiece. I want to make this freaking costume, which took forever if I didn't really love the stupid thing. But yeah, I really like the movie. I really think there's some awesome characters in there. They really look cool. They're just, I don't know, it's just freaking ridiculous, and it deserves some better figures. And I don't know how well they would sell, because that's an old movie, but they are coming out with a new Mad Max Fury Road movie. It's not starring Mel Gibson anymore, it's starring Bane, Tom Hardy. But I don't think he's going to be like, I'm Bane. I'm Mad Max. I'm gonna get you, Batman. He's not gonna talk like that. I think he's gonna do the Australian accent like he's supposed to. The previews look really cool. If you haven't seen the trailers for the movie, they look really awesome. And one thing about the original Mad Max movies, there's 3 of them. They had the most ridiculous, insane stunts that I've pretty much seen in any movie with cars. I mean, I haven't seen all of the Fast and the Furious movies. I guess they got some really crazy stunts. I've only seen the first one, but
I've only seen the first 2.
Yeah, but the stunts in the movies, like especially in Road Warrior, are just ridiculous. Like they were real stunts, real stuntmen doing things that are just like, I don't know how they didn't die doing that. Like this one guy's on a motorcycle and he hits something and he goes flipping through the air, and it's like, that's a real guy. That's not a dummy flipping through the air. I
should probably show him your whole outfit, because I've only seen the top.
Yeah.
But there's
all the time to put this on.
There's the boots, and the shin pad thingies, and arrows, and the loincloth. Mr. Evilcheese has pants on underneath his chaps, because he's not a creep.
Yeah, Wes doesn't wear pants here. He just has he has this piece and he has the chaps, but nothing underneath.
And then he has turn around. He's got a butt flap, and Wes would have his ass cheeks hanging out.
Yeah, right here would be his cheeks.
And then you got your little shooty thing. Show him your shooty thing.
Yeah, my arrow kind of broke off there, but it kind of goes with the zombie thing.
Crossbow, yeah. And then we have the magnificent shoulder pads. You look closely, he's got all the feathers.
All the feathers?
The feathers.
All the feathers. I thought you said the feathers.
And the mohawk up there. That's a mohawk right there.
I can read that overnight.
Show him your face too, because when I'm at a distance, it's kind of washed out. The light in here is not very good.
Yeah, like I said, he doesn't have a zombie face, but that's, you know.
Yeah, from back here, like the white stripe is just blending in with the rest of your face.
Oh, well that sucks. Alright, so here we go with the pics that we want made from this movie. Okay, so well, first we're going to talk about the original figures that were made by N2 Toys, which is very strangely the same company that made figures for the other figures that he made videos that we did. Fifth Element and Big Trouble in Little China, which we haven't put out the Big Trouble in Little China one yet, but just weird that this company made figures of the movies I wanted figures of. They made figures of movies I wanted figures of, they just weren't good at it. They're like, we know what we need to make. Some cool movies that need figures, but then they don't make them good.
But one thing they did good was they had 2 series, and they picked pretty much all the main characters that you would want for the movie if you only could pick the number of characters that they picked. Like, there was like 10 or so. If you had to pick 10, it would probably be those people. And the problem is, they just all suck. Some of them are okay, like Humongous isn't too bad. He looks alright.
He's kind of hard to screw up, though.
Yeah, he's just big, muscular
dude. He doesn't even have
dude.
a face.
Mad Max is one of the ones I really wanted, obviously, but I never got him because his head's tiny and it looks terrible. I hate really disproportionate figures, and his head's just way too small. Wes is like probably my favorite. Well, Mad Max is my favorite, but like I said, his figure sucks. But Wes would be my favorite villain in the movie.
Wes is my favorite character in the movie.
Well, he might be mine too, I don't know. But
Mad Max is second.
That's why I got the Wes, just because I wanted the Wes, even though I wasn't too happy with it. But that's why I didn't get Humongous or Warrior Woman, because I didn't like them enough to get the figure, and then the rest of the figures just sucked. It just bothered me. So that's why, even though there were figures actually made of this movie, I want new ones, because the originals weren't that good, and I want some better ones. So we're just going to go through and name the ones that we would want. So obviously the main one that they would have to make is Max. Max Botansky, or whatever the hell his last name is. They don't.
Max Mad.
They say it in like the first movie, I think, and then that's about it. Yeah, Mad Max. That's what I call him. That's what pretty much everybody calls him. But yeah, they got to make him, and I think he should come with 2 versions. The version the way he appears in the beginning of the movie, and then the version after he's in the wreck and he's all fucked up. He's got bandages on his knee, and his face got a black eye and is bleeding and all kinds of crap. Gotta have that one too.
And it's got to come with his boomstick.
Yeah, that's a cool gun. He hardly ever has any bullets in it, any shells, but he should come with that. Yeah, I guess he should come with a couple shells, because
He still threatens people even without bullets.
yeah. Well, I'm not saying he should definitely come with it. And he should come with his dog. I think, what is that, an Australian cattle dog?
Yes.
I really like that dog. And they kill it, the little bastard. They kill the dog in the movie. I like that dog.
I get way sadder when I'm watching a movie and they kill the animal than when the people die. Like, that dog didn't do anything, dicks. He was just being a dog.
The original figures came with the feral kid, and I think that the kid should also come with somebody, whether it's Max or somebody else, just because the kid's just so small. It shouldn't be its own figure.
Could come with the warrior woman.
Could. And I was thinking that Max could also come with a can of dog food, because there's a scene that kind of shows the way life is, where he pulls out a can of dog food and you're assuming, well, he's going to feed his dog. Nope, the food's actually for himself. And then when he's done, he throws the can to the dog to lick up the rest. And he should come with his knife, because he has that knife like hidden underneath his car. And he might have another knife somewhere, I don't know. Yeah, I think there's one sticking out of his boot. So, yeah, he needs a knife. And binoculars.
Binoculars?
My next main one that I would want would be Wes, because he's either my second favorite character or my favorite character in the movie.
He's definitely my favorite.
Yeah,
Max is second to him.
Well, he's just really awesome. Like, I made the costume, as you've seen in the beginning. We keep it on a mannequin in the living room all the time. I just love that costume and love the character. Even though he's kind of got that weird thing going on with Golden Youth.
We just ignore that part. That didn't happen.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not so much that it's like, that I have a problem with it being like a gay thing. It's just something weird about the guy is like a kid, or I don't know, he looks like a little kid and he's like an older guy. I don't know, there's something weird there. It just creeps me out.
Yeah, and the Golden Youth guy's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't like
his creepy, like, gimp suit with his nipples hanging out.
Yeah. But I do really like Wes. He's really cool, even though he's a villain and a kind of a dick. But he wouldn't really have much accessories, because he has his crossbow, but it's attached to his arm. I guess maybe he can have separate arrows that you can pull out, but I don't think that's necessary. They can just be attached to his leg and the crossbow. He could come with an alternate head, because he has the head with no paint, and then there could be the head with the face paint, like the war paint. There could even be the head with the bloodied up, like towards the end of the movie, he gets all bloody up and messed up in the face, but I don't think they really need that one, because that was just...
They should definitely have one with, like, an evil yelling face.
Well, they could do that. Because they could have a head where he's yelling and one where he's not. Actually, if they only have one of those, either head or yelling or not yelling, I'd want the yelling.
Yep, me too.
But yeah, they definitely need to make him, and I think the feathers should be real. Like, I've seen it, they did it on, NECA did it on the, what is his name? The motherfucker figure.
Yeah.
From Kick-Ass 2. And the only problem with that is they made the feathers big, but you can trim them down. I think they should be trimmed down feathers.
That would be really, really cool if they did it that way. Because it would just look so much better.
Yeah. And the third one that I think we both agreed would be number 3 is Lord Humongous. And as I was looking up stuff for this movie, everything I've seen said it was The Humongous was his name. But I always knew him as Lord Humongous, and that might just be because Toady is like the announcer and just called him that to spice it up like he does, spice up his little speech.
He'll always be Lord Humongous to me.
Yeah,
that's just how I've always thought of him.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
I like his neck brace. You ain't breaking my neck, bitch.
Yeah. That's what's one of them little cool things about this movie is, like, there's just little things, like the thing with, like, Wes and his little boyfriend or whatever. There's, like, these little side stories that they don't really go into, just extra detail they throw in there. And there's, like, obviously something happened that's pretty fucked up to Humongous. Like, his face is all messed up behind the mask, and his hair's all looked like it was burned, maybe. He's got the neck brace. So it seems like he's got some kind of backstory that they never go into, and it just kind of...
He's actually Jason Voorhees.
Oh, that could be it, yeah.
Somebody stole all his clothes, and he has to dress like this now.
Man, Jason got really buff in the woods. I guess when you drown...
Killing people is good exercise, man.
Yeah. If they made a figure of him, he would have to come with his, like, little microphone thing he talks into. And he'd also have to come with a really big gun that he has. He has that big, like, revolver or whatever the hell it is. He has a little case for it and everything. And
his BFG.
Yeah. He uses that a couple times in the movie. So he's got to come with that. Other than that, I think that's all of his accessories. Oh, no, wait. He should come with a cape. Because at one point, when he wears this big furry cape.
Mm-hmm.
And that definitely needs to be removable because I wouldn't want that permanent.
Yeah, because he doesn't wear it that much.
Okay, next would be the Gyro Captain.
He's one of my favorite characters. He's just lovable and goofy and fucking weird. In the best way. Like, I love him.
Yeah.
He's kind of a dick, but I still love him.
I mean, he's probably, like, one of the only, like, goofy points of the story, like, or comedy, like, points of the story.
Yes, he's the comic relief.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is that one guy that helps out the mechanic who's kind of goofy. But other than that, he's probably, like, one of the few. I really like that he's in the movie. And the actor that plays him is just funny. He's just a big, tall, lanky guy, and it's just... Yeah,
he plays the part well. You know what he kind of reminds me of is Nathan Barnett.
Yeah. He reminds me of him a lot. Like, if they had the Gyro Captain in that new movie, he should play him.
Yes.
But that wouldn't make sense, because I'm pretty sure the new movie is before Road Warrior, set before it, and...
you would not have met him yet.
Mm-hmm. But he should come with a removable mask, or helmet, or whatever, pilot helmet. He should come with his crossbow, and he should come with his snake, because he has a snake that he uses as a trap, and he also drops a snake from his gyrocopter onto a vehicle that helps out in the fight.
They need to make his gyrocopter.
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about that when we get to the vehicles, but they should have that, because I think it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And since most of the stunts in the movie are real, I think that thing must have actually flew. It doesn't look like it should be able to fly, but I guess it does. Because I'm pretty sure that was really happening in the movie. And he should also come with shackles, because I'd say at least half of his time in the movie he's in shackles.
Yeah.
So he should come with that. Okay, we mentioned the feral kid, which is the name of the kid in the movie. Which when I was a little kid, and I saw this movie a lot because my dad watched it, I always thought that was a little girl. And then I found out later when I got older that it was actually a little boy.
I knew it was a little boy, but I'm not sure how old I was when I first saw the movie.
Oh, I was really little. Like we were saying, they should probably come with somebody else. And if it came with accessories, well, it'd have to come with a boomerang, obviously. That'd be one of the accessories. It's like a bladed boomerang. And the little, like, glove that he wears would just be attached. It's like got chainmail on it and stuff, and fur. And probably should come with a little boom box. I was gonna say he should come with this little boom box, this little music box that Mad Max gives him. Mad Max gives it to him at some point in the movie.
There should be an alternate version of him too.
What?
Ultimate version where he comes with Ultimate Warrior clothes because he's got his haircut.
Mad Max throws him in the music box and he's like, Ultimate Warrior.
He just needs a snort.
Yeah, I think he does snort in the movie.
Does he?
He like snorts or growls at somebody.
I remember him growling. I don't know if he snorts.
Yeah. I'd say that the next main one would probably be the Warrior Woman, and I guess that's really only her name. The only name they give her is Warrior Woman, and she's kind of like a cool character movie, and it's another one I never really get into with story-wise or anything, except that it seems like she kind of likes this one guy that Wes kills, and then it seems like she might also like this other guy, the mechanic. But she seemed like she was kind of a cool character because she was like super honorable or whatever, and didn't think she liked Max, and then decided she did, and
I kind of didn't like her at first because she was snooty.
yeah. Well, I think she thought that Max was probably one of them, but when she realized he wasn't, and then held up to what he said he was going to do, then she trusted him. In the beginning of the movie, she has like a big compound bow, and then later in the movie, when she's on the truck, she has like a crossbow in each hand. And at some point, when the bad guys attack the base or the little oil refinery or whatever, she like slits the throat of one of them. So she needs to come with a knife, 2 crossbows, and a compound bow.
That part was pretty cool. She slit the throat of that guy.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, after that, the main ones I'd want would be just some of the other villains. Like Toady, who's the guy who announces the Humongous and stuff, Lord Humongous. And then when Wes tries to kill Mad Max, he announces that Wes is gonna take over or something. I don't know, something like that. And I don't know.
He's pretty cool.
In a movie where they don't talk a whole lot, he has several lines, so it makes him stand out a lot. And he should come with alternate hands, one with fingers and one without fingers. And so there's several of the gang that would be cool to make. I mean, they can make so many of them because a lot of them look cool. Like the main one that's just nameless, I think, is the guy with the... There's several of them. There's like, they have like a motorcycle helmet on, goggles, and like a little like leather bandana over their face. It's all studded. There's several of them, and then a couple of them die, and then there's more popping up. They're like all over the place.
I wonder if they all listen to Judas Priest.
Probably, because they all look like him. And they don't actually show them doing anything, but in the background you can even see a couple women that are dressed exactly like them, basically, except that they're in women clothes.
I think they're sort of like the Crow Eaters on Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, probably. Although it looks like the one...
They don't show them doing shit.
Yeah. In this picture here, there's a woman. She doesn't have like the face mask, but she's got an eye patch. But it looks like she has one of Wes's crossbows on her.
Is she like riding on that guy?
Riding on the back of his motorcycle. There's a lot of motorcycle guys. I think that's another one.
If she's riding on the back of his motorcycle, he must have a really high seat on the back.
Yeah. They don't go into this either too much, but I think watching a movie several times, I think you kind of assume that it seems like Wes is kind of in charge of a faction of the group. Like they follow him.
And like he's like a sergeant.
Yeah.
Something.
But I think there's some that are disloyal to him and they'll do whatever he says. And it seems like most of the motorcycle guys are with him, and then a couple of the others, but they're all led by Humongous, but you know what I mean.
He's kind of like a second level authority.
Yeah. He reminds me of, well, you probably don't even, unless you watch Transformers, he reminds me of Starscream. Because there's Megatron, who's the main leader, who's the big, I'm the big main Transformer villain. And there's Starscream, who's always secretly trying to take control.
You know why he's not the leader? Because of his fucking name.
Wes?
No. Starscream?
Oh,
Is that what you called him?
Yeah.
That's a bad name.
Yeah, I guess. It's like, your name's Starscream, my name's Megatron. That's probably how the conversation went with Humongous. I'm Lord Humongous, and you're Wes. And these two guys are pretty cool. They're driving that little like bullet-looking car, and that's the one they drive into the compound, and then
I like that car. That's one of the really good ones.
They drive it into the compound at one point, and then that's the leader of the good guys ends up using that in the final battle scene or whatever.
Sequence.
Yeah. And that one there on the left is actually the one that the warrior woman slits the throat of. And there's this one here. I don't know if I'd want him. I don't know if I'd want him because they only show him for seriously a split second and then he's dead. But
if they made him, I would buy him.
I don't even know what his body looks like because as far as I know, they never show him out of his car.
He's Pink Man.
He drives up in his like pink Cadillac.
He's fabulous.
Sticks his head out with his pink beard, and then he gets burned up by a flamethrower immediately.
He's fucking awesome. That's funny looking.
There's a couple more guys. Like, I think these are the guys that are associated with that red car there, because they all seem to have similar goggles and shoulder pads and things.
That one guy looks really dweeby.
Yeah. I think it's a girl with an eye patch, or is that a guy with an eye patch? I don't know.
I think it's a girl, but I don't know.
And there's the guy from Breaking Bad who's trying to... He's a brother-in-law, Walter White, trying to...
I really don't think that mask is going to protect his face very well.
No. I think it's... What is that?
Is that like an umpire mask?
I think so. A lot of them use, like, sports... Like, they obviously have football shoulder pads on and hockey shoulder pads. And
they use, like, the shin guards for different stuff.
Yeah. So they use lots of sports equipment. Oh, yeah, and there's that guy who's got, like, he's got, like, some sort of claws on his forearm, and he's got
some kind of crazy yak creature. He's pretty cool looking, though. I'm not complaining. He just looks like a crazy yak man.
He has a fairly big part at the end where he's jumping up on the truck.
Oh, you know who he is? Mantor.
Yeah.
I just learned about him last week.
He does look kind of like Mantor. He also looks like the little midget wrestler who's dressed up in furry clothes.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, I forget his name. There's some other characters that I wouldn't really care if they made figures of, but if it was a successful line, which just because the movie's so old, I don't know if it would be, but if they made some other characters, there's a few other good guys they can make. Like, I believe his name is Papa Gallo. I remember they say it a few times in the movie. That's the leader of the good guys in the compound, and I don't really like the guy. He's kind of a dick, but he also looks a lot like Lex Luger from wrestling.
I thought he looked kind of like Dolph. What's his name?
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Well, he looks like him too.
Like a less muscular version of him.
They could make him. He could come with his helmet that he wears when he's riding in that bullet car. And there's also the mechanic. He's crippled. I don't think he can walk. He's always on straps.
I believe he's also a member of the Flock of Seagulls band.
Possibly.
But his hair fell down because there's no hairspray after the apocalypse.
And then in the end of the movie, he's on the truck and he's got a different outfit on. I'm not sure if he took that from the guys that came into the compound, but I think he did, because it looks like he has his goggles on. And
his titties on fire.
Yeah. And then there's one of the other leaders of the good guys. His name is Zeta. And he's kind of like got a turban on, and he uses a flamethrower in the beginning of the movie. I don't really care if they made a figure of him. It's just, he's another character, if they made a bunch of them. And then there's Curmudgeon, who is the old guy who reminds me of like some kind of old crazy ship captain.
I was gonna say some old loony.
Yeah. And he's dressed up like he's a general or something. He's got the army helmet on and like all the medals on his jacket.
I like him though, because he's kind of like a cranky, weird guy.
Yeah. But it shows him that he definitely shouldn't be the leader, because midway through the movie he's like, we should just go talk to Humongous. I think he's a reasonable guy. So obviously he shouldn't be lead. And there's the captain's girl who's got the weird ponytail.
Yeah, she's got that weird Punky Brewster thing going on. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah.
But Gyro Captain's always macking on her.
Mm.
With his fucking yellow teeth.
But they really need to make at least these guys right here. Damn it. Because all of them deserve figures. I'm not sure who I would pick to make these figures. Like I've picked in the Fifth Element video, I really like the way Funko does things. But I would really like. I would also like to see NECA do these. The problem with NECA, like I've said, is they would probably only make a couple of the characters and that's it. But if they would make all the main characters, then that'd be fine. Because a lot of the villains, they could just reuse parts and make most of the villains that way. Because they like with the Predators and stuff, they reuse parts a lot. So,
yeah, because I mean, even though they're varied, they have a lot of similar attributes between the different villains.
Yeah. I don't know if Road Warrior would be as popular as like Alien and Predator and all them, so...
It should be.
Yeah.
Everybody liked this movie immediately.
Well, when Fury Road comes out, maybe people will go back and watch this one and get a good bigger, I don't know.
I'm just hoping the new movie's good.
I hope so. It looks pretty
I'd
cool.
be really sad if it's not.
And I do like Thunderdome and the original Mad Max, but Road Warrior is like one of my top favorite movies ever.
I definitely would say it's the best out of the three.
Yeah, the other two I like, but they're nowhere near the top for me. So that's why. I mean, there's a couple cool characters that I think they should make. That would be like a separate video if we did it.
Well, for me, I saw Road Warrior and Thunderdome a long time ago. Like, seen it several times. And I never saw the original Mad Max movie until, what, like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And I liked it a lot, but it's such a completely different movie from the other ones. Like, it doesn't even seem like they really go together, except for his character.
Well, this video kind of ran on too long, and we were going to talk about the cars that should be made to go along with the figures, even though they'd be humongous compared to the figures, because if they were 7-inch. But we're going to make a separate video for the cars, because they're very important. Like, they're almost characters themselves. And we might also make a video, like I said, for the original Mad Max and third Mad Max, which is Beyond Thunderdome, because there's some cool looking characters in them. And maybe someday after Fury Road comes out, we'll make one for that.
So that's our video of figures they need to make for the movie Road Warrior or Mad Max 2. So this is Mr. Evilcheese. No,
And I'm Zombie Cat.
Yeah, that is Zombie Cat.
Don't point at me when you're talking about yourself.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I feel like I gotta do stuff.
That was pretty impressive. Do that again.
Ow!
Hurt yourself.
I did a little. Okay, goodbye.
Oh, damn it, man. You see them other pictures there? Why don't you click on one of them to see the video? Or you could subscribe, Nate. Oh, damn it.